So one of the things that we sometimes let go by the wayside in this talk about the energy transition is that it's a transition. You know, while we have seen that renewables are in many places the cheapest cost of power all around the world, we need to make sure that the transition to the new world is a stable one, or else we'll take one step forward and 15 steps back. And so how do we think about striking that right balance between moving aggressively and boldly towards a more sustainable, renewable future, but not creating problems along the way by trying to make a sudden break? I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Luke?
Well, I think the movement is already engaged and is moving actually quite fast. And I really believe that, you know, there will not be an opposition between the world we are in and the world in the future. There will be a coexistence, a transition.
Yes.
And the actors that are playing in the world of today are going to play in the world of tomorrow. If I take one example, we work with all majors of oil and gas in the world. Most of them have engaged in digitization first,
right,
in renewables now, first tackling, you know, the part of carbon that is spent for the extraction, which is not useful for the end use, and this is already 10 to 15%. I mean, if we can tackle this 10 to 15% by being more efficient, thanks to digital and renewables in the extraction phase, we are winning, of course. They are winning, we are winning. So that's just an example of this migration. Same, I just want to come back on your point on people enablement. That's one of the aspects of sustainability. That's one of our commitments, you know, training to new digital capacities. Of course, large companies, they do the journey on their own, but you have hundreds of thousands of people, single-handed companies with just one person, electricians, they need training. Right. That's part of our commitments as well. And that's by lifting up the game of everyone like that in every country that we manage this transition. There is no opposition, I really believe.
That is such, go ahead.
Just to add on this, I mean, in my view, no matter how aspirational or fast we do it, we're not fast enough. The damage that people have caused on the planet in previous years mandate that we act very fast.
Yes.
The visions and the commitments that have been put to reach the carbon neutrality by some nations on 2050 or 2060 is still a journey. I mean, we still have decades to live through this transition between the legacy source of energy to the new energy sources. So I do not see an issue of moving fast. Let's push as much as we can.
And in fact, it may happen faster than we've ever imagined. You know, technology has a way of moving faster than we ever thought. But you brought up a really good point around people. And when you look at, you know, I can't remember what survey this was from, but one of the top reasons why implementations of new technologies fail are because the people on the front lines can't use them, aren't trained to use them, and they haven't really been integrated with the education that's needed and the people development. And, you know, I'm wondering, as Mr. Naif, you know, how do you think about, you know, the digital skills building that's necessary to achieve a sustainable future?
I think when it comes about digital transformation, we are a bit set right now. Everyone understands the value that have been created from digital in the first place. We move it from win-lose to win-win, so that everyone understands that technology is contributing, is increasing efficiency, saving money, making our life easier. From that perspective, everyone has been starting adapting technology in a very good way. I think when it comes to sustainability, on the other hand, it's very important for us to change the mindset, to ensure that sustainability is not about the cost, it's not about an extra effort, it's about the future of our generation, it's about saving cost, it's about providing a better quality of life for everyone.
No, absolutely. So in the last few minutes that we have left here, I would love to get the perspective from each of you about what are your recommendations to business leaders of today who may be in the audience, thinking about what should I do after I walk out of this room to transform my business for sustainability, and also to those people who may be leaders of the future. what guidance can you give them? What inspiration can you bring to this? And we'll just go down the line, starting with you, Luke.
So I'll be very short, by saying my advice is look at sustainability not as a constraint, but as a business opportunity for your business, because it is a business opportunity for your business. There is no business that can be lasting and flourishing without being sustainable. So that's just not theory, that's the reality. And the key enabler of this business opportunity is technology, digital, and notably enabled by digital. And of course, people is key. So I would start by hiring millennials.
Yeah.
These guys are gifted much beyond what our generation has been, to be able to embrace both the objective of sustainability and the ability to master the tools that is going to make sustainability an achievable goal.
I think it's such a good point that sustainability is the biggest business opportunity perhaps in history. What are your recommendations? What's your inspiration?
Well, I would agree with what has been said, but to be practical, pragmatic, I think it is time for every organization to embed sustainability on everything that's been done inside the organization, the policies, the processes, the DNA of the organization. I think the world have been talking about it for years, and that was at the, I would say, the helicopter view level. Now it's time to go and see in everything that we do, what is it that we should be doing to be more responsible to the environment and society we work on. I'm sure every organization have a clear set of policies, processes that can be changed. And also if we put it inside the individuals, inside the organization, as I believe, I'm sure that there will be a lot of ideas, initiatives, and KPIs that can come up from bottom up. So unless we put a way to measure it, unless we engage together as an industry and the ecosystem, agreeing on how are we going to achieve and measure, then we'll be achieving the whole objectives of the sustainability.
Absolutely. Mr. Naif.
Okay. For me, I think sustainability have proven its value through the tough time of COVID-19. So I will move it from a recommendation to invitation. So from the heart of the world KSA to Europe and America and Asia, we are delighted in KSA to invite everyone to be part of our sustainability journey. And I think that if we work together, we will not leave someone behind.
No, absolutely. So in closing, I'll just say that technology is easy. Sustainability is easy. People are hard. Changing behavior is hard. But I'll tell you a secret. Listen closely. The secret is what these three gentlemen are doing up here today, standing up and speaking out for the future, speaking out for future generations, and setting an example for the rest of the world and the industry to follow. Because when you do this, you don't just set an example for them, you change the behavior of others in the system. Be the change you want to see. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you.
Oops.